am Jessica Carol-lyn, host and award-winning author. Welcome to Elite Authors, where we showcase the incredible stories behind some of the most talented authors in the industry. We believe every author has a unique story to tell, and we're passionate about sharing their stories with the world. So join us as we explore the lives and the works of some of the most talented and inspiring authors of our time. Today, we have Jessica Grace. She's an award-winning empowerment speaker, author, and media personality. She has a heart centered on encouraging others to fulfill their purpose in life and live up to their highest potential. And she fulfills this mission through her book, 50 Days of Life with Grace. Welcome to Elite Authors, Jessica.
Hi, Jessica. Thank you so much for having me. This is amazing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here today and talking about your new book, which we'll get to in just a moment. But first, let's start with you telling us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I am, as you said, a motivational speaker. I love speaking. I love encouraging people, Jessica, to go after their dreams. I
Mhm.
love encouraging people to believe in themselves and know that, they have a purpose and they can use their purpose to live a happy and fulfilled life.
Absolutely.
So, because that's my mission, I have just worked in the broadcasting and entertainment industry for 20 years. I've had a
Wow.
marketing and media company that I love, and I am just a creative person who loves inspiring others.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That is so awesome. 20 years. So you're absolutely a pro. And within those 20 years, how many books have you authored?
Wow. So I have authored at least five. And
Okay.
some of them we've been kind of tweaking. You kind of look back after you've grown and you look back and you wonder, okay, what can I do differently? But yes, five different books for different topics.
Awesome, awesome. So today we're actually going to talk about the 50 days of life in grace, life with grace. And I can tell you now that once you guys pick this book up, you are going to be instantly inspired to live your best life. So what inspired you? What motivated you to write this book?
Well, I was already using the hashtag life with Grace. Grace is my middle name.
Mhm.
And it took me a while to realize, of course, growing up, what the word grace meant. And in grade school, I would think, oh, I don't like my name. I felt like everybody else had names that
Uh-huh.
were just so unique and just so, incredible. And I'm thinking, I want a different name. So it took a while for me to kind of research what my name meant, Jessica Grace.
Okay.
And once I did that, I realized, grace is God's favor. It's, the gift of God and all of that. So that inspired me as I grew older. I fell in love with God's grace and who I am, my identity through Him. And later on in my career as a speaker, I wanted a practical book. I wanted a book that people could, it wasn't just spiritual, but I wanted something that people could use for practical life situations.
Okay.
So I thought about, I'm like, okay, so what do I want to do with this book? As a speaker, how do I want this book to help my listeners? And I just started kind of thinking and I said, well, I want to challenge people to have a different topic every day that they can think about and they can work towards improving in their life. And so that's how 50 days of life. Now that's the good answer. The other answer is I saw the movie 50 Shades and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna turn this thing around and make
Gotcha.
something positive. So that's
Absolutely.
yes, but that's how it came about.
And yes, absolutely. That's a funny story. I love it. The second part there. But just
Yes.
the 50 Days of Grace has a nice ring to it. And you absolutely
Yes.
go through the 50 days, and you mentioned a challenge, and it does challenge you. You have an option. It's almost like a journal where you can keep
Exactly.
of your progress, and it has
Yes.
a daily challenge in there. And I love a challenge. I'm really competitive, sometimes to the extreme, but I love a good challenge, and I love to challenge myself and to grow each and
Mhm.
every day in every area. And your book absolutely covers that. And if I can
Thank
just say
you.
a couple of my favorite titles here, because each of the 50 days it has a title, and you mentioned that it's practical, and it's absolutely that. And you have
Oh,
um, keep your faith, embracing
yes.
stillness, practice punctuality, be patient, practice obedience is a big one for me. Courage, resilience, diligence. I mean, this is just a few. Exercise and budget. These are
Hmm.
everyday things, that
Yes.
everybody needs. And if I can say this, that we don't usually talk about in the church, right?
Right.
Those things like tools that we need. So when you pick this book up, you're absolutely going to be encouraged to live and to get every area of your life, just tweak it. We can all use some growth. And this book is going to
Right.
absolutely help you grow. So, what's one of your favorites that you wrote about in the book?
It's probably going to be courage, because I just believe in being courageous, Jessica. My thing
Mhm.
is, hey, like you can't be scared. You've got to do what you know you were born
Right.
to do. You've got to go after what's in your heart. You can't worry about the limiting beliefs that plague our minds at times. You have
Mhm.
to be courageous in order to be happy. If we're
Absolutely.
not courageous, then we are literally going to stay where we've always been.
That's
So
true.
courage is probably my favorite topic, just because I just like to push people to reach their highest potential. And 50 days of life with grace is all about, like the description says, a journey to an abundant life. It's all about
Mhm.
taking a journey to a fulfilled and happy life,
Absolutely.
embracing those principles. Yes.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it because when we think of abundance, our mind normally goes to money, right? The money,
Mm-hmm.
the cars, the clothes, and those things, I'm not saying they're bad. They're necessary, and it's good to have. But when we're thinking about courage, that's an everyday thing that we need to move forward, out of our comfort zone, out of the
Mm,
comfortability of our lives, and to do greater things, in life.
right.
So I love it. Absolutely love it. Courage is needed.
Mhm.
Um, so what is a takeaway? What do you want your readers to take away from this book as they're reading through it?
I would say really just taking the time to work on you. That is something that a lot of times I think, just because of the busyness of life, and we're
Yeah.
working hard and we have families and we have responsibilities in different areas that we serve in, it is so hard sometimes to take time to work on ourselves. And so
Absolutely.
what happens is we get into these situations where we are fulfilling these responsibilities, and we have these encounters that reveal who we are
Mhm.
and our character, our flaws, our issues,
Mhm.
our challenges. And it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know, I didn't have a clue. Well,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
that's because we literally have to spend time understanding ourselves, being self-aware. And so I would say, I want my viewers to use this book as a tool to uncover things, to let it provoke your thought process, let it
Mhm.
open your mind to things that you never thought about, and like, you know what, I do need to have balance, I do need to be fearless, I do need to be more kind, I do need to budget better, I
Right.
need to exercise, I need to meditate,
Mhm.
so this book is a challenge. It's a challenge, and I want those who read it to take on the challenge and say,
Mhm.
you know what, this is my me time. It's time for me to deal with me. It's time for me to invest in me, to spend time with
Absolutely.
me, to love me. and, become the best me that I can possibly be.
Absolutely. And you absolutely nailed it. You're going to help readers become the best version of themselves. And the challenge, again, you have a journal here. And the great thing, another thing that I love, there are plenty of things, but another thing that I love about the book is that it's a short read. You know,
Yes.
like you said, our lives, they're full of everything,
Yes.
family, work, um, getting ahead, anything, church, businesses. The great thing about this is that if you have 5 or 10 minutes at the top
Mhm.
of your day, you can easily read and then allow yourself to reflect. If you have
Right.
a short break at work and you find yourself having time, you can get into it and still have plenty of time for the rest of your lunch break. So I absolutely love that this isn't a drawn out process. It doesn't
Right.
take, you don't need 30 minutes to an hour to get through the chapter. You just need 5 or 10 minutes. So
Right.
is that
Exactly.
your plan when you were writing?
Definitely, definitely. I wanted something that people would read, even people who don't consider themselves to be readers, just a person who's like, okay, I need to kind of, like I said, pour into myself, spend some time
Mhm.
with myself, kind of self reflect. Let me just grab this. And like you said, I wanted it to be a quick, easy read. So, it can be your morning reflection time or your end of day reflection time or your lunch break.
Right.
That was my intention. I wanted to create something that would be quick and easy, but yet fulfilling.
That's awesome. That's awesome, guys. And, I think I was a little extra when I said 10 minutes. Really, these are like 3 to 5 minute reads. And
Mm-hmm.
if you just sit down and kind of journal your time, then yeah, maybe tops 10 minutes you're spending. And who doesn't have 10 minutes? Everyone has 10 minutes out of their day to
Right,
feed themselves and to become better. So it's
right,
important for us to get the tools, and you absolutely want to make sure you pick up this book because it's definitely a gem that's going to help you grow in every area of your life. I mean, the topics in here, they definitely hit home. So you'll walk away leaving inspired each and every day for 50 days straight. And I'm sure that if you spend a day or two just kind of meditating and on one day, it
hmm
may take you more than 50 days. I think that's okay. But
yes,
you get it and you're digesting it. So it's just awesome.
yes,
Awesome.
yes,
So
yes.
what
This is a
advice?
no judgment zone. So you can
No
pace yourself,
judgment.
pace
Absolutely.
yourself with, however it works for you.
Absolutely. It's like going to the gym, right? You know,
Yes.
it's like you have to pace yourself through the workout. You may be a beginner and you're looking at someone
hmm
else like, I'm not as skilled as they are, but just, stay in your lane and you'll grow, right? Pace yourself.
Right.
Oh,
hmm
Jessica, what advice would you give someone who's thinking about writing a book?
Oh, well, I love talking about this, Jessica, because I love writing and I love encouraging people to write
Mm,
and publish their book because really it's a dream for so many people.
mm,
So many people are just like, I wish I could, I want to write a book and don't
right,
know how.
right.
So I would encourage those aspiring authors to think about your topic, whatever that topic is, definitely research that topic and see what other books are out there on that topic and kind of see what it looks like, what people are saying and things of that nature. And then after you kind of get a good idea of your subject matter, then I would say just write, literally, just let it out. Um, Believe it or not, Jessica, I wrote 50 Days of Life with Grace on the highway. And you're like, wait, you was writing
Wow.
and driving? No, I was not literally writing and driving, but this book, I was audio
Okay,
recording.
awesome.
So I use this tool called Otter, and I've been telling all my friends about it. It's a really cool transcription tool that you record yourself, like you record, but while it's recording the audio, it's also transcribing. So
Okay.
you have the option to go back and listen, or you can read, and you can download the text file and you can copy and paste it into a document. So
Awesome.
that's one of the ways for people who tell me, I don't have the time and I just have so much going on in my mind, I don't
Yeah.
know. I encourage people like that to just on your walk, on your commute to work, while you're in the shower, put your earpiece on, and just get it out of your mind. Just let
Mhm.
it out, whatever you're feeling. A lot of times people make the mistake of trying to write and edit or organize at the
Right.
same time. So you don't want to focus on making it perfect yet. The first step after you have researched your subject matter and become firm on that topic, then you just want to let out what you feel about that topic. Just just
Mhm.
just let it out. So if you're going to write it, write it in the scribe, do that, but you can also record it and then go back and have it transcribed and then organize. So my advice is just do it, don't procrastinate,
Uh-huh.
no excuses, find a way to just do it.
That's I love it. I love it. Especially, what was the name of the tool that you use to transcribe?
Yes, it's called Otter. So that's Otter.
Okay, so you just
Mm-hmm.
educated me. So, because I'm a big believer too. On the go, everyone has their cell phone. It's
Right,
ridiculous the amount of technology we have, your cell phone, your iPad, your tablet, whatever you have on the go, it's always with you. So you
right.
can easily, right, talk into your phone, make a voice memo, but now you have this app that can now transcribe for you. So just do it. Just absolutely do it. If you have a book in your heart, and just go for it. There's so many ways. There's so much technology out there today that
Right.
it kind of eliminates the excuses, you know,
That's right.
you know. So yeah, absolutely. So Jessica, thank you for being with us today. It was an absolute pleasure talking about your
Oh,
book, and tell viewers how they can contact you, how they can purchase your book, and leave us with
yes.
a few last words.
Oh, well, thank you, Jessica, for asking me to be on your show.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I am so excited for you, so proud.
Thank
And I just
you.
wish you all the best. Those of you watching, you can connect with me on my website, jessicagrace.tv. I'm also on Instagram, all the social things. You can find me at Jessica Grace. And I would love to connect with you and love for you to be a part of what I've got going on. But more importantly, I do want to encourage you to go after your dreams. Go after it. Don't allow yourself to just be waddling in when and how and what if and all of the questions that you have. Life is so short. And we know that by now with everything we've come through over the past couple years. We know that life is just it's a vapor, as the scripture says. So I encourage you to buckle up your bootstraps, whatever you got to do, put your big girl and big boy pants on and say, listen, I'm going to do this even if I have to do it afraid. So
Absolutely.
thank you, Jessica.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you for those words. And just like
Yes.
your book says, I'm going to give everybody a challenge now. So if you're watching, and you just listen to Jessica tell you to just do it, I'm giving you 7 days to get the process started. Whatever the project is, whether it be a book or
Mm-hmm.
a new venture, or if you're taking a trip, whatever it is, or even your bump up your self time, right? Your alone time. I'm giving you 7 days. It's a challenge. 7 days to actually put one foot in front of the other and get started. But thank you again, Jessica, for being a part of Elite Authors. Thank you, viewers, for watching us today. You can catch us at the top of every month with a new and fresh episode and author. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.